Welcome, everyone. I'm your host, Dr. Angel Velasquez, and this is Sports, Medicine, and Baseball. Today, we will do something completely different because we just watched one of the most amazing games that I've watched in my life, and it's Team Puerto Rico, Team Rubio Puerto Rico, beating last night the team of Panama in a 10-inning thriller. They were playing through the game, knocking the door on almost every inning, and they were unable to score until the end. And they tied the game in the ninth, and they went to extra innings. And in extra innings, we got an epic moment with not just tie the game, but a walk-off homer that put everybody into pandemonium. And Leo was watching with me. I have two of my children's watching the game. I got Leo, I got Luca, and I got my wife, and we were crazy. We were screaming. We have to do some basketball game at some point that night for the high school. And Leo was watching Puerto Rico game, even while watching a basketball game. And all this after celebrating Jen's birthday, right? We went to it. Hibachi. And after that, we were able to start watching the game. And we had Leo today because he wanted to do a podcast with me. And after seeing the emotion and all the things that we went through it last night, we decided today to talk about the game, to talk about what happened in that 10 inning. We're gonna break down that 10 inning for both teams, offensive, and then we're gonna talk about how this experience of watching the WBC is important, or it's been good for Leo. So, Leo, welcome to Sports, Medicine, and Baseball. This is the first podcast for you, buddy. How you doing?
Good.
Are you doing good?
Mm-hmm.
Who's the guy that signed this for you, by the way? Who's the guy?
Kike Hernandez.
Kike Hernandez. So we went to watch the Reds playing the Dodgers, and Kike was kind enough to come and say hi to the kids. And
Only one.
by the way, the only Dodger that came and say hi to everybody was Kike Hernandez. And what you say to Kike?
Thank you.
Thank you. Of course, we said thank you to Kike. So thank you, Kike, for what you did for the kids that day. So first, we're showing our love to Team Puerto Rico. We got this from one of the last World Baseball Classic. Actually, this was Luca's shirt, and then Leo now got it. Luca just grew up that. So, Leo, we'll start with the 10 inning, right? 10 inning start. You know the rule for starting a 10 inning in the WBC. You know
It's in both MLB and
it involves MLB. The kids know more than me, I guess. So what is the rule? How the extra inning starting?
the last person that got the out starts on second base.
So the last person on the previous inning is going to start in second base. And, this time Panama, start with a guy on second base. And what they did after?
They bunt.
They bunt. Why they bunt?
Smart.
Smart for what? What they're trying to do?
Moves the runner.
Move the runner. So move the runner to get a better position to score in the next at bat, right?
Yeah.
Why? Because men on third base, less than 2 out, you can score with
Pop out. Sack fly.
second fly. Yeah, you can get a fly ball to the outfield. You can get a ground ball really soft that the guy could not score. You can get a base hit. Okay, so what happened is they bunt. Puerto Rico made the play on first base. Now there's 1 out. Men on third, and the next guy get a base hit. And now you're ahead 3-2 in the game, and you are men on first base with 1 out. What you have to do now? Now the pressure is in Team Puerto Rico. So what the guy did? You remember what he did?
He stole.
He stole second base. How was the throw from Vasquez? The throw was great.
But who got it?
Yeah, Willie Castro.
Bobbled it.
After making the tag, he lost the ball, and that put Puerto Rico in a tough situation because now you get 1 out, man on second base, and anything can happen. A base hit could score, and there was a ground ball to shortstop, throw to first base, and you got that out. You remember how was the play? No, well, MJ Melendez that came in the inning prior, playing first base. MJ Melendez, playing first base for Yadier Molina in that situation, and he scooped the ball in first base. That ball could have gone behind him. They score another run. The game is completely different. And, making that play, the guy didn't move from second base. That is another thing. With that throw, the guy didn't move from second base. and the next guy, lefty, base hit to right field to Castro. And what happened?
Threw him out.
Throwing out home play, great throw. Castro came big time in the defense. Two great defensive plays right there. And then we go to extra inning. Now we go to a 10 inning. Elio Ramos
At second.
at second base, and then Puerto Rico bunt.
Mhm.
And un toque. And what happened after the toque? The pitcher, did he make the play?
Oh no, he looked at third and then he bobbled his feet and then
Yeah, he looked at third base. There were nobody there. The third base was coming. The shortstop didn't come on time, and obviously he could not throw to first base. We get now man on first and third with no outs, and the stadium, Iran Bison, it is just rocking. And we know that we have this game almost tied, right? It's not guaranteed. And the next guy is coming is Castro. Most of the time, the guy to make a big defensive play, get a big hit, but not this time. He get a ground ball, and what happened?
ground out, but held it out.
Ramos scored. There was a double play, and now we have two outs, game tie, and we start like a new ball game. And now, Daddy Hernandez is coming to the plate with 2 outs, 3-3 game, bottom of the 10, and he is one of the prospects for the Athletics. And we are gonna be playing that last at bat, the full at bat, so we can talk about how the at bat was, because there were some pitches there that were a little bit for me controversial. How you pitch, and I want to pick Leo's brain. So let's start playing this. So first pitch is coming. That's a fastball, high pitch, and he is attacking the zone. You see that?
Yeah.
You see a ball that he can drive with a game tie. What can happen? You got a fly ball, right? Nothing happened, right? But this time he went in and boom, he went for it. Second pitch is a fastball outside. So now the count is 1-1. So now, Hernandez already see a good pitch to hit, could not hit it. Third one is a foul ball breaking pitch, but pitch is down the middle. It's a 84 miles per hour, probably slider if I see well, and he missed it. But now 1 ball, 2 strike, and I'm going to pause this here. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. What if you're pitching, Leo, think about it. How many pitches you have to waste?
If you're already ahead in the count, you can not waste a couple, but throw them off or.
Yeah, to throw in a little bit difficult. Maybe change the eye level of the ball. Maybe get a high fastball, higher. You don't want to miss it in the play, but you want to be higher so he can see it. Maybe he chase it and he gets strikeout. Maybe he chase it, he had a pop fly ball to the infield. So that's first thing. Other thing that you can do obviously is going on an outside pitch, maybe going away of the zone, maybe getting something into the breaking pitch that's softer. So he's on an outside. So he tried to take the power away from him. But no, what he does, and I'm going to be playing.
There's a fastball.
Through a fastball.
Right down the
middle. A fastball, 1-2, fastball down the pipe, and Puerto Rico! And that is now how this game ended, running the bases, showing his emotion. The people, my hometown, Puerto Rico, just getting crazy, screaming. He is, shaking hands, first base, and now third base coach hugging him. Step back, jump shot, boom, score, game over, 4-3, Puerto Rico. Really devastated for Panama team, especially, when they were able to continue getting this game. That was a bad pitch down the middle that definitely, was a little bit questionable for me, the sequence, but we take advantage. He was there, and he said later, I'm not a power hitter. I was looking a ball to hit up on the gap. So he's still trying to make damage. I wanted to be in the gap. I want to get a double so the guy behind me, Rosario, come and can get a base hit, I can score. So that's how the game is played. Remember, baseball is a game of everybody. It's not just one guy trying to win the game, but it is about a lot of guys grinding and fighting for one on goal, that is winning
the game.
Winning the game. So obviously we went ahead and talk about this inning. We break it down for all you guys with Leo, my 11U, baseball player here at home. And now Leo, you've been playing baseball obviously since you're probably 4 years old, and I may put some pictures there of Leo swinging bat with diapers and belly hanging and may stuff like that, Leo. I may put that for you. But so tell me, when you watch Major League Baseball, and because you watch a lot of that with me, and or you watch Team Puerto Rico on the last several WBC, and especially this one. eh, how you feel? How you feel watching the best of the best playing for their own country?
It's exciting watching everybody come together to play on one team.
That's
Country.
yeah. The players say that they have played in a World Series. If you're kicking down the saying, I have played in 5 World Series, but doing this for my country is different, and that's something that me as a Puerto Rican or Puerto Rican, that I am, is something that I am being teach since I was a child. It is about how important, it is representing your country and how proud you should be to have that opportunity. So for me, that I'm obviously biased. I'm Puerto Rican, Puerto Rican, and watching World Baseball Classic is something that I've been waiting for the last 3 years, and we can talk about your favorite player,
Lindor.
Francisco Lindor, not being playing. Have you seen the videos of him, how he's reacting?
It's crazy.
It's crazy, huh? It sounds like you and me and Luca and Jay last night are screaming and jumping for this, when Puerto Rico won. It's just not having some of those players that we expect or we would love to watch there. Give it opportunity for other players to come up. And that's something that I say before is like, we'll be surprised how players like Edwin Arroyo, Elio Ramos is being proven now, especially after the year that he has last year. Now we have Daryl, who came big yesterday, and actually win that game for Puerto Rico. Those guys are the new generation that may came a little bit earlier than expected, but came at the right time. And this team is excited. This team doesn't give you easy outs. They grind. They're aggressive. They put people on base on every inning, and it's fun to watch. Obviously, you don't got the big homers, right? But they got a couple opportunities. They got Elio Ramos and
Nolan
Arnaldo. Both of them hit
It
two.
hit the wall.
Yeah, so the guy jump and get the ball right there.
Mhm.
And even Elio Ramos in the first game did the same thing. 2 men on base and get a fly ball that was catching the warning track almost against the wall. Or was against the wall. So you can see guys that have the power. We haven't been lucky enough to the ball to leave the ballpark, but they're putting the ball out there, and I think this team can surprise. And I know Dominican Republic is you look at Soto, I think has 3 homers already, a triple. He's having an amazing, and I hope continue having that with our New York Mets, right? So the idea is for us is to talk to you guys about break down this 10 inning, talk about a little bit about how important it's for us, to watch Team Puerto Rico, how the bonding, with me and my kids and, my wife at home watching this game, and the excitement that they give it to us. So, I was texting back and forth with a couple of people back home, and they are excited, and we're going to continue watching tomorrow. Today's a day off. Tomorrow we're going to be playing, and what will we be doing?
Watching.
We're gonna watching, and maybe the game extended until after 9 p.m. Leo's time to go sleep, but maybe I will let him just watch a little bit of the game tomorrow. I will do that, Leo. So this is a moment for the whole, país of Puerto Rico just getting together and pushing for one thing, and it is supporting, apoyando nuestro equipo de Team Rubio de Puerto Rico. Así que thank you for being with us. I hope that you guys enjoying this. Leo, first podcast, buddy. Was a good one. I hope that you enjoy it.
Mhm.
Yeah, when you going to do your own one? You don't know. So thank you, everyone.